Hello everyone and welcome to this quick Draftbit tutorial. Today we're going to show you how to make a continue button interact with your input. Mainly we will make sure that the button only becomes active when you type in an email address. Plus, we will learn how to display a message confirming that an email has been sent. Pressing on this button will display a message on your screen. And all without needing to code. Let's get started. On our screen, we have a button that we want to make initially inactive. We want it to become active only after you start typing your email. So here is a simple process. We have a screen variable called isDisabled to control the button's active state, which is a true-false flag in our app. Initially, it's set to true. We will use this screen variable on our button components data tab in disabled prop. Since its initial value is set as true, the active state of this button is now disabled. I cannot press on it. But we want it to become activated when we type in. And to make it happen, we should go to our text input fields on change text trigger and add an if and else action. First, let's talk about this trigger. This set variable action comes by default, and this text input value screen variable is tied to this text input component. The new email input value here is an action data, and with this setup, actually the trigger checks if we've entered anything. On this if and else action, we will choose new email input value, which is an action data. So we're literally checking if we've entered a text, an email address in this case. And if it is entered, meaning if it is true, then we want to update the button component's state using set variable action. Remember, we were using isDisabled screen variable to control the button state, and we're going to update it as false. And with this setup, the button becomes clickable. But if the field is empty, so if this condition is set as false, then again, we're going to use the set variable action and set the isDisabled screen variable value as true again. So this will ensure the button remains disabled in case we remove the email address we entered. Let's try the first part. The button gets activated when I enter an email address, and when I remove the email address, the button becomes disabled again. Now we also want to show a message when your email has been successfully sent. When pressing this button. Actually, we have a message box prepared that is initially set to be invisible using another screen variable, which is called isConfirmed. And let's check isConfirmed screen variable. As you can see, its initial value set as false. So this prevents the visibility of this message box initially. So on continue button, we go to the onPress trigger, and here we use again set variable action to update isConfirmed screen variable state as true. This change makes the confirmation message visible. Just like this. But what if you decide to change the email? We want to remove this message box. So on the text input components onFocus trigger, again we use set variable action, and this time we update isConfirmed screen variable's value. We set it back to false. This will hide the message, ready for you to re-enter your email address. And here is a bonus. As you type in your email, it appears in the confirmation message. We achieve this by creating a temporary variable within the text component that updates as you type. As a value of this temporary variable, we choose text input value. So this will change when you type or when you update the text input value. And that's all. With Draftbit's user-friendly interface, you can create dynamic screens that react to your users' inputs. Go ahead and implement this in your own project to see just how intuitive and responsive your app can be. Happy building!